Welcome back, world. Lancescurv here, the Lancescurv podcast on the wake up. You know how it is when you have a dream or you have a thought that it seems like it's diminishing the more you wake up, but you try to hold on to it as much as you can. And if you don't write it down, you lose it. Later on in the day, it haunts you. You remember pieces of it, but it's gone. So there's so many thoughts here that I have running through my head. Not only that, but a conversation that I had earlier along the same lines. And I want to share a combination of those thoughts between myself and my dear sister. You know, for me, getting away from the madness of America, even not being around the madness of the bigger cities here, up in the mountains, has helped me so much. And my closest friends and inner circle wouldn't notice it, but those on the fringe already know. I've identified those who formerly moved with me, but yet took my energy for granted. And I cleaned house. And I'm so glad that I did. Because right now, I only deal with what's necessary, and every interaction for me is 100%. And it's something that is highly rewarding for me. The vibration that I live in, while enjoying this high level of solitude that I've never had before in my life, it makes every forkful of food taste better. It makes every bit of oxygen that I inhale better. Every thought is clearer. And my whole essence cuts through the day like a hot knife through butter, effortlessly. Almost to the point where I still have the weakness of overdoing it, indulging in life so deeply and loving it and having boundless energy at my particular chronological age to do so, that I just don't want it to stop. But what I want to stop and reduce are the things that clog up one's vision. And I think that I've done a really good job of that. And because of that, I see a lot. I'm not saying that I'm some guy on the mountain who is this guru who sees everything and I'm the all-knowing. I'm a human being too. I bump my knee on the side of the coffee table and maybe say a word or two that I shouldn't. I'm human. I get up sometime, and even though my enthusiasm is high, I say, hey, I need to lay down for another 30 minutes. So that's where I am. So I'm not trying to paint myself as being this person. But I will say I see a lot, and from this position of being physically away and mentally away from so much and really detaching myself from the world. And I will say this, that I love the natural system. I love the natural God-created system. I despise the man-made system. I don't want anything to do with the man-made system. I don't want anything to do with their baubles, trinkets, and their rubies. I don't want anything to do with their pseudo status, their fame, these things that people chase down that are only temporary, and they vanish and they vanish. before it's on to the next one. I'm off of that fast lane to the highway. I'm not even on the side service road of the highway. I've parked my vehicle and I'm walking now. Into the woods, into nature, while the rumble of the city diminishes. But this world, and I'm not a doomsayer, but many of us can see, many of us refuse to see, and many of us are still completely blind. And many people over the years, especially of being online, they've tried to argue, debate, convince. I don't do that anymore. And I never really did it then. I may have offered a little resistance to somebody else's asinine way of thinking. And you may say that that's arrogant for me to say it that way, but that's the way I feel. Because when you see something and you really see it, I can't let somebody who doesn't see it convince me it's not there. And I've let go and I let life happen. And where I find myself, I am so happy. You see, sometimes you can get swept up in the energy of others and find yourself in a place that they feel would doom you and stop you and drown you in the deep waters. But in actuality, it's a great boost. And I have to thank even those negative entities for helping to get me to this point. Because in my heart, I'm completely free. I don't crave for anything worldly. But I will say that with this world, I want no part of it. Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm suicidal or anything. No, I'm not. I love the natural order. I don't like the man-made world. I don't like the spirits and the entities and the masks that people wear, the deceptions, the secret agendas and hidden motivations, all of that stuff. I don't want it. If you don't touch the electrical wire, you'll never get shocked. People carry different currencies within them, and you don't know if the switch is on a negative level or a positive level. I welcome the positive. I welcome those who are trying to ascend to a higher level of awareness and spirituality. Not religion, spirituality. But those are righteously far and few between. And I won't get into the religious foolishness, the man-made stuff, and their hierarchies. But I will say this. There comes a time when the world feels like it's slipped off its foundation. And most people are too distracted to notice the fall. Technology is advancing faster than human consciousness. And society is embracing this speed like a thrill ride with no brakes. Driverless cars, you've seen them, the kind of cars that have nobody in them. They glide through the streets like silent ghosts, spooky, and people smile at them as if they are harmless toys, forgetting that every new machine means another human being pushed out of the way. Convenience has become more important than survival, and it is being celebrated as progress. We're getting softer with this convenience, lazier, but we're being set up. In this moment of confusion, Those who can see clearly are carrying the heaviest burden. They feel the fractures in society, the loss of human connection, the dismantling of traditional values melting right in front of our eyes, and the slow dissolving of community ties. They watch a world running headfirst into danger while acting as if nothing is wrong. And it's painful, for me, deeply painful, to stand in the middle of a society that is walking into a burning building, believing it's a theme park attraction. For Black people, the feeling is even sharper. We have been pushed through wave after wave of suffering, deception, and manipulation for centuries. Our minds have been attacked, our unity sabotaged, and our trust is fractured. And now, in this age where technology replaces basic human roles and morality is treated like an outdated relic, we're expected to act as if everything is normal. But it's not normal, not even close. The destructive systems we see today didn't appear overnight. They grew from decades of social engineering, economic traps, and cultural distortions. Hollywood, or as they call it, Hollyweird, has become the epicenter of spiritual decay, pushing confusion, moral collapse, and identity distortion into America's households. Nothing is sacred, and the world applauds as ancient values fall apart one by one. Those who speak up are often labeled as extreme, negative, or alarmist. But if the house is burning and you see the flames, staying silent would be the real insanity. These words are a warning, a reflection, and a call for Black people, especially to open their eyes before the final doors close. Humanity is facing a slow, quiet suffocation disguised as innovation. Our independence on artificial intelligence has reached a point where machines are replacing workers faster than society can adjust. Driverless cars roam through neighborhoods, already replacing countless Uber and taxi drivers who depended on those jobs for survival. Instead of fighting back, instead of questioning the implications, many people rush to try it out, not realizing they are celebrating their own displacement. But the cars are only one piece of the puzzle. The push toward digital identification, biometric scanning, automated checkout systems, and cashless living has created a world where human involvement is shrinking. Jobs vanish, social interaction fades, critical thinking collapses. People become more isolated, more distracted, and more dependent on the very systems designed to control them. This isn't just technological advancement. It's a restructuring of human life, a slow erasing of humanity. And while many people focus on trends, celebrity drama, entertainment, or the next viral moment, the deeper shifts go unnoticed. We witnessed one of the largest psychological operations in modern history just a few years ago, an event that changed laws, behavior, speech, and human connection overnight. Many people woke up, but not enough. The damage to trust, community, and consciousness lingers under the surface. You remember what that was, when they were pushing for us to wear masks and do social distancing. But if you mention this in cyberspace and on social media, you'll be shadow banned or your content taken away. Moral collapse has been normalized. Values that once anchored society are now mocked. Children are exposed to identity confusion, read between the lines, before they even understand themselves. Identity confusion. The entertainment industry celebrates sexual chaos as empowerment. The lines between male and female are blurred intentionally. The family structure is under attack, and the acceptance of anything and everything, no matter how unnatural, is now treated as progress. We are truly living in a modern Sodom and Gomorrah. Hollywood plays a major role in this decay. It glamorizes dysfunction, worships shock value, and pushes spiritual distortion as entertainment. Many of the biggest voices in entertainment openly live in ways that contradict everything our ancestors fought to protect. Roles meant to honor Black history are given to individuals who carry no connection to our lineage or our struggle. Everything sacred is turned into a spectacle. Everything meaningful is twisted. Meanwhile, our community faces a silent war of the mind. Fluoride in the water, chemical exposure in the food, electromagnetic radiation everywhere, and agendas that push confusion onto children before they even learn their own identity. There are global disturbances across Africa, conflicts in Sudan, exploitation in the Congo, turmoil in Ethiopia, and yet mainstream media distracts the masses with gossip, celebrity updates, and endless noise. The saddest part is that many people no longer question anything. They simply go along, numbed by convenience and entertainment. They order automated rides, scan their hands at supermarkets, and live under the illusion that technology is here to help them. Meanwhile, the world grows more disconnected, more demonic, and more dangerous. Those who see the truth feel the weight of it. I know I do. They feel like they're standing alone on a ship that is sinking while the rest of the passengers dance on the deck. They feel the frustration, the spiritual heaviness, the constant giving with no return, the desire for a lifeline, and the pain of watching humanity walk willingly into destruction. At the core of everything happening today lies a spiritual battle. This is not just politics, not just technology, not just social change. This is a fight for the soul of humanity. When the world embraces confusion, division, and moral decay, it becomes harder and harder to stay grounded in faith. Even the strongest believers feel moments of weakness, frustration, and exhaustion. I know I do. I admit it. But awareness is a gift, even when it feels like a burden. To see clearly in a world that chooses blindness is not a curse, it is a calling. Black people especially must rise above the distractions and recognize that unity, clarity, and spiritual strength are the keys to surviving what comes next. We cannot afford to be divided, manipulated, or spiritually asleep. But it's sad to say that we're being driven apart. And for those who take that route willingly, I can't get down with you. Go into the burning house that you love so much. This is why, more and more each day, it's easier for me to walk alone. But we must protect our families, our minds, and our communities if we can. We must question everything, challenge every narrative, and refuse to let machines replace our humanity. We must rebuild our values, regain our dignity, and ground ourselves in something higher than trends and technology. Because when everything else fails, faith and truth are the only foundations that remain. This world may feel like Sodom and Gomorrah, but even in dark times, those who stand for what is right are protected. We're not called to walk into the burning building. We're called to warn others before it collapses. And we are called to hold on to the belief that goodness still exists, justice still matters, and God still sees everything. The world may be shaking, but those who stay awake, stay grounded, stay connected, will survive what others do not. This is the time to prepare, mentally, spiritually, and collectively, because once the smoke clears, only the truth remains. And when that time comes, we all will have to face the truth, no matter how many layers of denial that we find ourselves buried in willingly. I'm glad to get these words off my chest. It's something that I had to say. And I hope you got something out of it, because I'll bring up the fact of what my mother said many years ago. She transitioned in April of 1994. And right before then, she really sat me down. She told me, she said, listen, I don't envy what your eyes are going to see. Because if things go the natural order, the way the natural order goes, where the children outlive the parents, you're going to see things that I would find utterly amazing, and it would bedazzle me. And that's not necessarily a good thing. She told me she doesn't envy me for what I will see. She told me she understands that although I'm at that level of development at that particular point, my eyes open, not all the way, but in those years I was still in a hedonistic mindset. For those who know my story, you understand. But as life started to throw different curves at me and certain obstacles, and I began to lean more toward what she taught me to understand. Even when I didn't understand it coming up, she taught me, and my father, but more so my mother. She was the one who mastered that area about spiritual warfare, about discerning spirits. Those two things I always loved as a topic to talk about or as a topic to overhear. And it's doing me right now, because I had so much of that saturated into me, more than I knew, that now that I open those spiritual cupboards in my kitchen, so to say, they're full of things that have been packed there for these days by my parents, and I thank them for that. So I have so much to feast on that was always there, but now that there are no distractions, I'm having a ball. And like I said before, I'm done with this world. I'm finished with this world, the man-made world. I have no desire to find myself venturing into that place. It's more so than a physical thing to say, oh, I want to physically move back to America. No, that's not going to happen. That would just overload my senses. I am very happy where I am now. And I would not feel good in that place or even in that mental space, because if I was there, my mind would not be. But at least I can find myself close to nature in a nurturing environment, which is helping me to grow so much. And the funny part is that when I look back over my life, it's some of the foolish decisions that I've made. I can understand why I made them, and I can see things so clear. So now as I walk with a very strong, supreme awareness. And that's something I don't want to lose. So I can truthfully say this is some of the best times of my life, without the weight of a toxic world saturating my pores and my very being. But yes, I got some more stuff to do. We're going to do a show with Neil Frazier later on today, and got a few chores to do, but I had to get that off my chest. So thank you for listening. If you've listened this far, leave a comment. I know for some people it may be boring content because they want to see who's going to bed with who in Hollywood, what drama's out there, TikTok fights, and Facebook drama. You know how that goes. I've never really been into all of that. If I did, it was only because I had a lesson in it that I wanted to share. But this is where I'm at right now. For those who get down with this type of content, let me know. We're still going to have fun. Anyway, much love to you all. Got a few things to do. I'm always with you. You know how to always reach me. My contact information is all below. Let me know what you'd like to talk about, even on our live shows, and it shall be done. But thank you. Thank you for being there and your support. Lancescurv out. Peace.